Yebo, lapho. Hey, shock fire. Yeah, bo. So I've been having issues.
Mm-hmm.
I've been having issues with girls. Not girls, a girl,
Okay.
particular girl. She's been like when I text her, she blue ticks me. Why do you girls do that?
You know what I will say?
Yeah.
She's trying to give you like time and space to find your soulmate. Because I've been knowing deep down that we're not going anywhere. So I'm just trying to give you space and time to chase what's worth it.
So that's why you blue tick me.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you blue tick me.
Yeah.
You know you always blue tick
Did
me.
I blue tick you?
How long are you blue ticking? I'm always like, what?
Why
Koile,
are you
what's your good
lying?
day?
Because
For
I
real.
never blue tick people.
No, not blue tick. And I'm always like, okay, it's fine.
You know what I do?
Mm.
In most cases, when someone says something inappropriate, I just leave them undelivered or unread.
So can you say good?
But if I read your message and maybe in my mind I'm like I responded and then
Yeah.
probably I forgot, that's not a moswa.
So I guess not all is really inappropriate to want.
Exactly. Because sometimes I'll be like, is this person talking to me? Or like, no ways. There's no way you can talk to me like this.
So that's why you leave someone on
That's
delivered.
that's the only reason why. Because I never really blue tick people like deliberately,
Yeah.
unless if there is a reason.
Oh,
Uh,
because I know many girls be like on that note, good, okay,
mm.
blue tick, or delivered. And sometimes I feel like you or you'd feel some type of way, wouldn't you?
Yeah, of course, because I know how it feels like. That's why I don't do that to people. And also I know how to talk to people. And if you blue tick me or just leave me undelivered, even if after I have considered the way I talk to you, then that's on you. Because really, I feel like sometimes we ask to be blue ticked. Because why would you say something inappropriate to me, especially when we are not, that very close?
Yeah.
And then you just wanna, you feel like you want to sexualize the conversation. You want to, I don't know, you want to body shame me. You want to,
Nah.
I don't know. You guys do that a lot.
No, guys don't do that.
You do.
Sometimes it won't be something that's inappropriate. You would think it's inappropriate, but then sometimes it's genuine concern. Okay, this conversation, like you said, sexualizing, and
Yeah.
all right, what are the things you're not you? This person is sexualized
Because
me.
it's very subjective, right?
Yeah,
It depends on how I viewed or I view a message.
yeah,
You might say something to me and you think, I know it's nothing, or it's Lawndy way, we are just kidding, right?
yeah,
And then in my mind I'm like, I'll never say this to you because I mean, what are you trying to do? What are you trying to say? We are in the middle of a conversation. It's just a casual conversation.
yeah.
The next thing, it sounds super sexual. I'm telling
Super sexual is
you.
like if I tell you, Niniga,
Mm.
I want to be inside of you. That's super sexual.
It's not even.
She say it's
It's
not
not.
even like
No,
that.
no, no, no.
All right. For
It's
example,
not.
a question.
Mm.
Right, I see you, and then
Mm-hmm.
I'll be like, I see your status,
Yeah.
and I think on this status you're looking good and whatnot, and
Mm-hmm.
Vandacha, woman, your body. That's a compliment.
Especially when I post a status, I
Yeah.
get that a lot, and someone says, "Oh, look at those boobs." Like,
No,
why
look at
would
those
you
boobs,
wanna
yeah.
talk about my body like that? Because it's okay to just pass a genuine compliment. Oh, you
Yeah,
look fine. Your body is cool.
yeah.
But when you want to go on and describe each part, especially the parts that I consider, you know, intimate and something like that,
But then
I
what if you're
wouldn't.
showing them and someone be
They are
like, yo?
mine.
But
Come
then I'm
on.
seeing it's
Yeah,
my
like
eyes.
it doesn't give you a right to say whatever you
It
think.
doesn't give me a right to say what I see.
You can keep the comment to yourself because
I can't.
honestly, we
You've
can't.
shown me your boobs, so
I'm
I'm
not
like,
showing anyone. If I'm
yeah,
dressed in a certain way, it means that's the way I felt like it. Because sometimes dressing is just a way of expressing yourself, right?
yeah,
It doesn't mean that you wanna show people that you got like big boobs or something like
yeah.
that. So
Okay.
why would you wanna talk about my boobs like in public like that?
No, it's not in public. It's on your status.
But then it then depends. It comes back to the relationship that we have.
Yeah.
If
So those kind of comments, no matter what kunani, as a girl.
as in the comments I consider
Yeah,
inappropriate.
kuti, yeah. For example, if someone says, "Look at those boobs, honey,"
Mm.
or whatever, for lack of a better term,
Yeah.
and
Uh-huh.
you wouldn't be offended. you wouldn't be offended if they're coming from who? Like someone very close newe zvakaita sei.
Someone that I have a sexual relationship, of
Ndocheta
course.
ne right yekuti yobvunza.
Because even my friend or my girlfriend, something like that. But a
Ko friend ari
whole,
mukomana.
I don't, it also depends on how, the kind of thing that we talk about on
Yeah.
a daily basis.
Yeah.
You can't just come from nowhere and want to like talk about my boobs and my hips or how flat my butt is. Like, I mean, those things are just so
No,
inappropriate.
it's a flat butting, like saying your butt is flat. That's like
Yeah,
insult.
yeah,
Or it is.
men can just say whatever because they
I
feel
don't
like
think. I don't. I
they
don't
have a
think.
right.
I think
I'm
that's
telling you,
not
you know
meant
what I
from Gweru.
get? Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
I'm walking in town, right?
Yeah.
You pass probably, through a group of guys,
Yeah.
and then they're trying to like, get your attention,
Yeah.
and then that time you just feel like, nah, I'm not gonna entertain this, right? Then they start describing you.
Wait, which town is that?
Here in
Not
Gweru,
Gweru.
I'm telling you,
I
say,
stand by Gweru. I stand by Gweru.
I get this a lot. There is a place on the way to my workplace.
Yeah.
There is a sort
Kuma
of
garage gaga.
a car wash.
Obviously, look at those
Yeah,
ones.
but they're men.
No, they vanodero. People who describe a hand panoforaga or who compliment or vanoridza muridzo or whatnot.
It's not boa.
No, those people like you have to check the environment. Environment.
But still, all I'm trying to say is men do that. Kuti sometimes if he doesn't get what he wants, then you just try to look for a way to probably annoy you or get to your nerves. Like uriku vaira apaona magaro. And I'm like, dude.
Who would say something like that?
Yeah, they do that a lot because I get that a lot.
But don't you think that can be considered as sexual harassment? If
It
someone
is,
says,
but who cares?
everyone cares. Do you know
it's like is it the system doesn't really care about sexual
don't talk
harassment
about the system like that.
until
The
it's
system
physical
cares.
harassment. But if it's something like something verbal, somebody called you names,
Yeah.
they really don't care about that.
Yeah.
They only act sometimes when it's physical, when someone went physical with you, and then that's where they trying to move.
But I feel like the girl child is protected
More than
more than the boy child, because like if I say Gucci something to you and inappropriately, and if you report me, that thing can go kunokure. But if you rape me,
I think
no
it's
say
because it's the initial thing was women used to be victims of sexual harassment.
Yeah.
But now I think we should consider that times have changed. Women can also,
But then I haven't
But
seen
now
like,
as a man,
Yeah.
because women are usually vulnerable to these kind of things.
No, women are usually vulnerable, but then women are stronger than men.
In terms of what?
In terms of everything.
No.
Emotionally, physically.
Women are emotional wrecks, generally.
Nah, is that thing?
When a man gets sexually harassed, right?
I once
Tell me
got
why
sexually
it's-
harassed. Ndakachema. Went to the police.
What did they say?
Vakandiseka. Vakanditi dzokera kumba. Unaonakirwa here mfana. And I
No,
was
that's
like, yo.
bad. No, that's bad.
Kana ndikasauya kwamuri ndoendepi?
But are you being for real?
I'm being for real. Like, let me look at the camera. I was sexually harassed. And I
Okay,
went to
I'm
the
not trying
police.
to make fun of your situation,
What do you say,
right?
Gaga?
No,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to imagine you being, a victim at that situation.
Should I tell you what happened? Kutunyadzonzwisa the magnitude.
Yeah.
It wasn't far back. I'm at the club and
Okay.
like outside the club. Someone says, "Do you want to podcast? We want to pay a hug."
Okay.
I was like, "Yo, okay." Yeah, I think someone was fanning out when they can say, "Oh, I was like, "Oh, okay." And there's like a lady, like someone was,
Then you went with them.
because it's a lady. I felt like harmful. Then ndapinda pepe motor. I was like, atoda doro palikwa supplies. Kanone my friends already ngwafuna dzandiri kutsoka.
Okay.
Munhu kwakuenda neni kumba kwake. Akandibuditsira banga akanditi, you have to do the things to me.
And you didn't want to.
And I didn't want to. Then I did those things.
Okay.
I did the things.
Okay, maybe you know how complicated this
How
sounds
is
right
it
now.
complicated?
It is
Yeah.
because
Ona
with
wanikata yakusila mpela because you're not taking it seriously.
no wait,
I was
because with women, right?
yeah,
When it's a man, sexually assaulting you,
yeah.
he is the one doing the thing, and you are not into it.
No,
But now when
no,
it's you being forced
no.
to do it, and you actually
When
do
I say
it,
doing the things, Andika,
uh,
akatanga on bata, then as like it's involuntary. Those things are
yeah,
involuntary.
yeah,
Chero
true.
wakararaga, you get horny, Andika.
Mm.
Ah,
And then you ended up,
then she
being
started
in the
giving me
mood of it.
like head. Then she was like, I
Okay.
want you. I want you inside of me or I'll kill you. I was like, eh, I would
Dude, but you
rather.
did it.
Yes,
I
because that
feel
that
like you
cover. Then
ended
that
up,
cover.
getting into the mood of just,
No,
doing
I
it.
actually enjoyed it a little bit, but I was sexually harassed. After that, I told my homies, wakandiseka. Ikati boys, ndiperedzo mapurisa svika unopengera mfana.
Unodi
Inanodzokera
kumaphoyisa.
futi, handidzokera ulo.
Yeah, now that's
Then
the
I was like,
thing.
nah.
Because as a man, when you report such a, especially, it's also the same as the issues of GBV, right?
Yeah,
If you go report that to the police or you tell your friends about it, they usually consider you as a weak
yeah.
man. But
Ndakatonzi
to
ndiri
be
weak.
honest, abuse is abuse. There should be something done about it. If you feel like you have been violated,
Yeah.
I think people shouldn't look at you otherwise because abuse is abuse at the end of the day.
Mm.
Yeah.
And
I'm
then
sorry though that she had to go through that.
oh, that
It's
was a fiction. That was
traumatizing.
that was a fiction
You
because I wanted
got
to.
no, you got abused. It's okay,
No, I didn't get
So
abused,
no
but then it's like a situation that someone told me, and
Oh yeah, yeah.
so I was like,
Mm.
yo, like when you're narrating something, you have to try to own it.
I
Honor.
sympathize a lot with victims of sexual harassment because most of the times I just imagine myself being in that situation. I just don't know how I'm going to feel.
Do you think could a girl like if you're in a relationship,
Mm.
unokwanisa abuse sexually?
Yes.
Kana uri musikana anti?
Yes.
Because there's this thing chinonzi like do you know how girls can be condescending sometimes? Or vano she for lack of a better term, there's this term yekuti munhu anokuita to feel a bad for being what you like
Trying to
being
manipulate you.
yeah trying to manipulate you as a man ungati 10 minutes ungaita 10 minutes chete then you
Yeah.
are forced to udarike 10 minutes
About Augoni.
apa ugoni you see
But
you
what
told per
causes
limit
that though?
what
Is it like something natural or you guys take a lot of herbs trying to enhance your
no it's
sexual
not even about that
activities?
Andika. If I not indasvika not now I'm okay ka.
Mm-hmm.
I have to let go ka.
No,
Andika. Then you
but
over watanga on the sake
no, I feel like
noodles. Do you know when you girls say noodles and whatnot ka,
it
that's
hurts.
abuse.
I know
Like
it does a lot of hurt to your ego.
yeah
But then I feel like sexual relationships are all about communication
uh,
and also teaching each other how you would want to do it.
mm,
Because there is no way, because we are literally strangers, right? Trying to
yeah
like get to know each other. And in the long run, we develop feelings for each other.
yeah
But we can never ignore the fact that we have to teach each other on how to navigate our bodies for us to, get satisfied sexually. I don't know.
mm.
So if you don't do what I expect you to do, I don't think I'll blame you, especially if you haven't like had that conversation in advance.
Alright, let's say you told me good you need to that 30 minutes. And then I can't get to 30 minutes.
Who determines good 30 minutes? Isn't it just all about doing it and then reaching the destination and then it's done?
But then sometimes for girls it takes a long time for girls to reach the destination.
It depends with people,
It
really.
depends with people.
It really depends with
Okay.
people. Yes, it depends with people.
So I think communication.
Yeah,
I
you
like what you said about
communicate. Yeah.
communication, Andika.
So that you understand each other's bodies because we're different people altogether and also we just two different genders. Saka, you wouldn't know what it takes, for me to reach to that position.
Do you know? I think you name with way like so that relationship is to have two very rational. Because I had some girls talking and they were talking about how what relationship maoga. If you tell they were talking in Danripo. I was just a bystander.
Okay.
They were talking about how ndikaudza mukomana wangu kuti can you do me like this, touch my nipples like this, ita so. Hanzi anoti wakazvawanepi ndotsika yechihure iyoyo.
No.
There are
Not
guys who are like
exactly.
that, you know that?
Yes, I know. But I feel like that's where people are missing the point.
Yeah.
Because when you say to someone, talk to me through it, you're trying to getting deep. Adult
No,
things.
this is a podcast about
I'm
getting
talking
to.
adult stuff. Have you ever heard of that like sound on TikTok? And we're talking adult things.
No, but
All I'm
then
saying, if someone says talk me through it, it's
Yeah.
just all about, having to say what you want at that time.
Yeah.
What you feel.
Yeah.
So if I say do this, do that, it's not really about, from experience or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm literally just trying to, guide you through my body because it's my body at the end of the day.
Yeah, you know
I'm
what
the
you
one
want.
who is feeling it. So if I say, Guti, for me to feel this, do this, touch my neck or touch my leg or pull my toes or whatever.
Put my
It's me because it's my body. I'm the
Yeah.
one who's feeling it. And if you don't want me to say that, then there's no point of doing it because you're just being selfish.
And do you think who's more selfish, men or women?
When it comes to that, I just feel
women.
like men are very selfish.
What? What do you mean?
Because the game ends as soon as a man is done.
It doesn't end.
It
depends.
does.
Depends on the guy if he's someone who's generous.
Okay, what would you do in a situation like that when you just feel like, okay, I'm done,
I've come.
and your girl says,
If I'm done, Andiga, and I see kuti, I'll eat you out. I'll eat you out, and I know kuti, I'll never go wrong with that. Andiga.
okay,
Did we go deep? Or it's okay, Sorrow? Go deeper.
no,
Oh, to be
no,
rebel.
yeah.
So it's all about communication
Yeah, it's
because
really
like
about communication.
so in relationships, you're not in a relationship. What's up in a relationship?
No,
Why not?
I'm not ready.
I feel like you're anti-relationship.
No, I'm not.
I'm always seeing your status is anti like
Everyone says that, and now people think I hate men. No, I don't. I'm actually a big fan of men. It's just that I love men. To be honest, I wish that one day I wake up with the love of my life. I'm just doing all the girlfriend duties.
Yeah.
I'm in love and all that, posting my boo and things like that.
Posting
But
your
I'm literally not ready.
No,
for
hold on,
that.
say love very that's like that way drama.
I do that. If I'm in a relationship,
Wouldn't you
why
force someone
not?
kuti akuposte? Wouldn't you force them
No.
kuti ndiposte?
No. Because I know when I'm posting my man, it's from the bottom of my heart.
What's the point of posting?
I don't
Let's
know.
get
It's
into like
it's
posting.
just like when you're posting a status. Like, okay, what's the feeling when you're posting a picture? Your picture.
In any, I never post my pictures. It's always the podcast and maybe
I don't know,
Joker
man.
and
It's just about because we have I don't know, we have normalized this whole thing of just wanting to put everything out there for people
Yeah.
to see. Probably, I don't know, but there is something about just posting your man, posting your partner. I feel like it's also a love language for me.
for you.
Yes.
All right, so we're in a relationship, right? Then you post me over that. Oh, klima.
Visa.
Visa. Visa
Okay,
shower.
I don't know
would you
how
feel?
I would feel, but for me, if it's an exclusive relationship where we are saying, "Guti, it's just me and you, baby,
Yeah.
no nothing, nobody else." So why would you say that? Why would you say, "Guti Klima"?
Because like we're not married yet.
No, it doesn't matter.
We're not married yet.
But we are in a relationship.
I don't know who's in your contact list, Andiga.
It
I know.
doesn't
I don't know
really matter.
who's in your contact list. Who I know.
Okay, is it about you not knowing, Guti, this is not going anywhere?
No, it's not about that. It's a serious relationship, right?
Yeah.
I might tell you, don't post me.
Why?
Just like that thing you need to know on Facebook. You go to in a relationship with Ningi. I think yeah,
yeah. Like I had that issue with my ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
I didn't like that whole because that thing is just too serious, man.
In a relationship.
Yeah,
with
because I
Ningi?
think I'll only update that part of my relationship status when I'm married.
Yeah.
But on WhatsApp, I mean, or even on my stories, I can always, you can always pop here and there.
Huh? Do what?
Pop.
Sad. Never.
Why?
Unless we are married or unless we're engaged, don't post me
But we are doing everything else that married
in
people
private.
do. Why?
Are we
Okay,
doing it on the
maybe it's
status?
like I said, it's my love language.
Oh,
Yeah, so I
so
understand it from a different
would
perspective.
that be a deal breaker?
For
Kana
me,
mkomana
when
akaramba
you
post
when you kana wakaramba unema reasons zako ka.
Yeah.
Because like I said, it's my love language.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my love language is okay. So
Yeah.
if he doesn't believe in being public with me, then that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
But then you wanna be public with them.
Then we are not compatible. I'll leave you.
See
for
that
someone
abuse that we
who-
were talking about.
It's not. I feel like also the issue of compatibility in relationships.
Yeah.
Because if I feel like I wanna love loud, right? I
Yeah.
don't wanna be hidden. I don't wanna I don't wanna be public with you. I don't mind, people seeing us together. I don't mind people seeing our
Are you
photos together.
are you someone who's a fan of PDA?
Public this whatever
Yeah.
whatever. No, not that deep.
All right. What do you mean not that deep? There's
I
a
wouldn't
bit
want to
of
do
deepness.
stuff. I wouldn't want to do stuff in public.
You wanna be kissed in public.
Not that I not okay, wait. No wait. We can go to a restaurant.
Yeah.
We're having dinner, we're having lunch.
Yeah.
And then you just give me a peck. That's also
Yeah.
PDA,
PDA. Yeah.
right? That's another level of it. I'm okay with that part.
Yeah.
But when you wanna like go deep, I don't know,
Go
people
deep.
do the
Who would go deep like?
yeah, people do
in
that
the
a lot.
public?
Even in the cars, they do like
No,
a whole
in
lot
the
of
car that's
things.
like a private space car.
It's not. You're in public. That's why if the
Pani
police see
tint.
you doing that stuff in the car, they get you arrested.
Aiwa, kana mota yako isina matint ka.
Yeah, but for me, it's still public though.
So you want
Because
that?
that thing is just, yeah.
Okay,
You
so
can't just do that anywhere.
so I have a few relationship dynamics here, Andika,
Okay.
that we can discuss and talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Timbonza ukuthi, from your point of view, what do you think, Andika? So I'll just
Okay.
say them out at 5, then we'll go deep into them,
Okay.
Andika. So there's the first one is like there's toxic relationships, then there's codependency, there's boundaries, there's gaslighting, then relationship red flags, right?
Mm-hmm.
So on the first one, let's talk about like toxic relationship.
Mm-hmm.
The signs of toxic relationships and how to escape them. From your definition or from your own point of view, which relationship would you say this one is a toxic relationship?
For me, is when someone is not being accountable,
Yeah,
when someone is just showing signs of being dodgy,
yeah,
when someone just can't take responsibility of their actions. For me, that's just a red flag and it's toxic. And also when we fight a lot, because fights, arguments are allowed in relationships. But when it becomes, in something that just happens almost every day,
that's toxic.
that's being toxic in
Yeah.
a relationship. So you better let it go. And
Uh,
also, I have heard people say, Guti, it's quite difficult to let go of a toxic partner.
Yeah,
But how?
I feel like you know that syndrome, syndrome, that syndrome item,
Okay.
Stockholm syndrome. You know, like Stockholm syndrome,
Yeah,
where you
yeah.
sympathize with your abuser. But I might have caused it.
Yeah, yeah.
And,
I think
then
I
that's now what I
also
saw.
do that a lot. I do that a lot because you
Yeah.
know why? Sometimes if someone does me dirty,
Yeah,
I tend to think, Kuti, I introspect.
yeah,
And in my mind, I'm like, how did I contribute to that? What if I pushed them to do that? If you slap me right now, I'll be like, what if I caused you? Like, I pushed you to your limits. That's why you ended up, like, slapping me. But at the end of the day, that's just abuse.
have you ever been in an abusive relationship, or
No.
how would you handle it? Took up in an abusive relationship?
I think I would just choose myself and walk away.
Mm.
Because I've seen how most women suffer all in the name of love. Yeah, we have been together for a very long time.
Yeah.
And they are being abused.
Mm.
I can't take that
You
from
can't.
anyone.
Yeah,
From no one. I can't.
like big ups to that.
I know, I just can't take that from no one. It doesn't matter how much I love you or how, what we have been through together. But the moment you become abusive, because abusers don't stop.
Yeah,
So
I was watching this other video. I think I'll put it up. Yeah, this guy. I tried to to think about it and ndikafunga thought process yemudhara what was it airova mukadzi wake pamberi pevana.
Why?
And I was like, yo,
and your kids will grow up
that's
with that
very toxic.
mentality.
Yeah.
You know.
It's normal grow up.
Yeah. I can't.
And the funny thing, the girl I told Angari mwana musikana wacho, she was talking about this is not the first time, he's always doing this. And the mom stays.
For what? For the kids?
Why would you think like for the kids? No,
because in that situation you have to walk away for the sake of your kids, because they're also being exposed to something very toxic and unhealthy.
My generational case is
Yeah,
generational
exactly.
case.
It's a generational case. It goes on until I don't even know.
Do you think it is a real thing in my generational case?
It is.
Because I've seen it, Anika. I've seen situations where a girl was raised by a single mother, Anika.
And she grows up to be a
single mother.
Yeah.
Then she'll let the kid be whatever.
Exactly. It also depends on how you were raised. Okay, Inina was raised by a single mother.
Yeah.
But growing up,
No, it depends on like the situation a single mother
and also her mentality as a mother, how she is, because it's a big deal, right?
Yeah.
So it also depends on how she handles that and how she wants you to come out.
Yeah.
So my mother would say to me, I went through so much and I'm trying my best so you don't have to go through that. And I grew up in that mentality of good. My mom did everything to just turn around the situation.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I always tell people, good, I'm not going to get pregnant for a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Because that's the beginning of everything.
So
yeah.
I might invade a little bit, but then is that okay?
Who did she?
I might go too personal with the next question.
Yeah.
So you're saying you're not going to get pregnant for a boyfriend?
Yes.
Does that mean kuti in your relationship wakatozviti no sex? Because the only sure thing I can never be pregnant for a boy is like when you abstain.
How about we condomize? How
Once
about we take into consideration other preventive methods?
Prevent what?
Yeah, sure.
Shamari, like condomizing is against the Bible.
What
if you are doing it, you have to do it sonor.
And also like going raw with someone you're not married to, or even having to think about having sex with someone you're not married to is also not in the Bible.
So your answer was like it's not abstaining. You're not abstaining.
I wouldn't say that because of course. But I wouldn't say that. But all I'm saying is I will never take that risk.
I've abstained from sex for all my life, and just because of that reason of I don't want to have kids by someone by mistake.
So you still have your V card?
I do.
That's pretty cool.
Like
man.
actually ran away
in this generation. It's really a big deal.
But it is mwingu anombosekwa. Mwingu anondiseka vachita usati wamboona. I
don't really believe you, but I would just say if that's the case, then
I was actually posted on Zim Celeb one time that I've never had sex. Put it out to the world.
So why do you talk so much about sex? As if it's something that you so well invested in.
No, I'm someone who's good at researching, Andika.
Okay.
I research a lot. As a podcast, I have to be the person.
I have a friend of mine who is a priest.
Yeah.
He talks a lot about sex.
Because he researches.
And then this one time I asked him, why are you so invested? He's like, I just read about it because I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
So the only way to learn about it and to know about it is to read about it.
You see? So let's take an ad break.
Your TikTok with the remix is like Nokia. What's it?
Oh no, that's actually from my other TikTok. Like there's a TikTok I use for like funnies, and then there's a TikTok where like I post like actual like music stuff.
That stuff is fire.
Oh yeah, no, people loved the Kendrick Lamar thing I did. Like I remixed No Shire TV off, and like people really messed with it.
TV.
Like, exactly.
That was like crazy. I was like, yo, that's mad creative because like that's the popping song right now.
Yeah, exactly. TV off, guy.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, bro. I was just like, Zima TV, I can Zima TV. And then like I just went into a mic and started screaming. I did that shit in one take.
Really?
Like one take.
So I think I've shot him memory loss because like I tend to forget.
Oh, you were talking about how you used to have your V card.
Yeah, I still have my V card. I don't believe in sex before marriage.
No, that's
I would
really
like
cool.
for my first sexual experience to be special. I
Okay.
need
On your
to,
honeymoon.
yeah, on my honeymoon, like with the right person who needs to
How
understand
do you
me, and we
know
can.
that this person is the right person for me?
Do you know what when you meet the right person, you can feel it?
No, because I feel like in all my relationships, okay,
Yeah,
all my ex boyfriends,
yeah.
when I'm with someone, I always feel like you're the right person until you show me that you're not, and then you have to
Alright,
go.
girls say that a lot. Kuti, hey, you showed me Kuti is like this. Show me your true colors. Sad. You know what? Mune mchida ungwana like an escape statement, for lack of a better term.
You think I would stay with someone that I know is a red flag?
I do have my ex girlfriends.
Men don't show you that side of them until they.
Alright, what do you think? Kuti side ratizo? What do you think causes kuti side ratizo?
Because he would always keep it hidden to get what he wants, to have his time with you. But you know, like one thing about having two faces, you can't keep them like all the time.
Do you know what
At one point you forget.
aku nyebere or aku ratite one side asikakuratidze rimwe because anenge achitry kuda kuimpressa.
That's what I'm talking about.
Anika pakutry kuda kuimpressa, you might think kuti if he shows you the true side rake
You would leave.
you would leave. Zvafane kuti, for example, maybe then I'm different. If I'm broke, I'll tell you I'm broke. I don't have money. Andika.
Yeah.
But then if I was someone kuti, I'll try to say, okay, I'll see what I can do.
You. Yeah.
I want to impress you. Then paunozoya kumba kwangu not this guy is broke. Novowatanga kuyo. I've had situations where someone, it's actually a true story. The guy was so Nashville. This guy angari broke, like broke, like I took a cottage.
Okay.
The whole family, 2 rooms and whatnot. No offense to Ananu.
Yeah, true.
Wanted to be in a relationship with this girl, like super nice girl from like maybe mildly rich family. So because this guy is Anana Kumanani motor and everything, he pretended like
he was part of them.
Yeah. Because I Zarana one night akumbra puts kuna ningi. Ukumbira shit kuna ningi. Ukumbira motor ningi. Bebirka impressive.
I wouldn't blame a girl for that.
You would blame the girl, Antika?
I wouldn't.
You would?
I wouldn't.
Because for starters, Antika, this is how come we get to a situation where ungada nini usina chaonacho. Girls say that. We always see girls
I feel like
marrying men.
It's their preference.
Your preference.
Yeah.
Then if I pretend like I have money, Antika, then of
you don't really have to lie to keep me or to have
all right.
me.
What matters the most first, Andika? Me showing you kuti ndine mari or me showing you kuti I will do anything for you.
It depends on what I want with you. With most people, okay, you know what I always say, Kuti, we want different things in relationships.
Yeah.
If I wanted your money and you don't have the money, it doesn't matter what card you're gonna play. But at the end of the day, if I wanted the money and the money you don't have, the money that you pretend that you have and you don't have it, I'll always find out that you don't have money.
Nah, you can't. Let me tell you something. Girls actually cheap, but then I'm also not really cheap.
Yeah. Yes.
I was having a conversation. All right, I don't have a car, Andika. But I've got friends. Vaninga vane motors akakura Andika. Ompe. Vekuti and patotaura nyaya vanenge vaitondodza kuti mfana wangu. Do you know kuti inini I spend less than $5 every time I see a hand? But then zoita kungechi. I spent a lot. Do you know the guys vasina motor, guys vasina mari, they spend more than an animari in a relationship.
Okay, there's a difference between being in a relationship with someone with money and in a relationship with someone who is willing to spend on you. My ex-boyfriend used to say to me, okay, that he didn't really have money.
But did he have a car?
No, at that time he didn't have a car. You know what he said this one time? He was like, I'm one person. He didn't really have a lot of money, but he would give me money. Because I think I was old and mature enough to understand that this person is not yet very much established.
Why Mario?
Yes.
Why? You she's not
Not that I asked for money. I wouldn't ask for money from him. He would just give me, you know how I think he was just a generous man.
Yeah.
He would give me money, right? But I knew Guti, things were hard.
Alright, for
him
example,
as well.
I don't
know, my $15.
Yeah,
for
that's
me,
understandable.
It was money because I was in school, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes I would want to do my hair. Sometimes I would want to things that your parents can do, but it's a different feeling when it's your boyfriend doing it for you.
Yeah.
And especially when you understand his situation. So he would tell me, you know, we have different type of men.
Yeah.
There is a man with $100,000 and he will give you $5. Then there is me who is $20 and I'll give you $15. Yeah. You know, that's the difference. For me, it doesn't really matter if you have money, but like, are you willing to share that money with me? Because dating a man with money doesn't make you rich automatically.
Do you share the same sentiments? Do you give him money in return, or you believe go to Mukoma and pay marry?
I wouldn't give a man money.
Why?
All I can no. I don't want
that's
a man's
like double
man.
Standards.
I don't want. And if I get into a relationship, I wouldn't say I want your man.
Yeah.
I just want us to make life easy for the two of us. Okay. You're having a bad day.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to find a way of, trying to, get you smile or trying to just brighten up your day.
Yeah.
I can take you out for ice cream, right? I'm like, hey, can we just go out? Let's go grab some ice cream. I'm gonna pay for that little date. I feel like for a man who really appreciates me, it's enough, right? But here's the thing: I can't take money from my pocket and say, "Here's some cash."
Why?
Okay, what's the reason for giving you the money?
Baby,
unless if you come to me and say, baby, I ran out of some fuel money, can you just, help me?
I would never ask you directly, Kuti, the poor Mari.
Then why not? Because we are not partners then, if that's the case. I want a partner who communicates. I want a partner who is realistic. Kuti, if you have a financial problem, and Guti, I might be in a position to help you, you won't hesitate to come to me.
Alright, if I come to you, baby, it's weekend. I want to going out with the guys and I'm married, but the investment is like $30. Can I have?
Stay home.
You see?
But what I'm saying is, I don't really mind.
But they only go, baby, me and the girls are going to wherever.
I don't go out without a budget.
No need a budget.
Or maybe it's because I've been very single for quite some time. So I don't know how it feels like having to, rely on a man.
At the end of the day, everyone is single.
What do you mean?
Everyone is single because
I don't think people are single. People are just cheating on each
relationship, in the essence of being in a relationship, I don't think many people know it. To remove my relationship, no, my relationship is actually nice. It's sweet. It's like everything I've ever dreamed of. Andika, that's a disclaimer. Anyway. Since that disclaimer, my relationship because it's like it's pakutandara until you take a mistake.
People are in relationships for different reasons as well.
So let's go to the we say tricked a lot.
Yeah, we did.
Then codependence, Andika. I think that's total codependence.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Boundaries. The importance of setting and respecting boundaries in relationships. Do you have boundaries in your relationship?
I do.
Because
everyone should have boundaries, and also you need to be very vocal so that it's clear, like, this is the line that you're not supposed to cross. I think with your partner, it doesn't really have to be something you don't really want to appear too strict for your partner, but you have some boundaries. You have some things that your partner knows.
What are some of your boundaries on how?
For me, like, if we are to hang out, right?
Yeah.
And then you bring a whole squad into, I don't know, man. I just don't like the whole groupie thing.
Yeah.
For me, if I'm to spend time with you, it just has to be the two of us.
So you don't like your men's friends?
I don't want them to be my friends.
Okay,
they are your friends. I don't want to be in that circle because I'm with you. Because me being you doesn't make me, their friend automatically. I just want to respect that these are your people and that's okay.
So, this is like a question, Andika. This is a question, not like a question.
Okay.
This question is, you're like my homie's girl. Kurukuda kunaya ndokuona. Ndokusiya because she doesn't want to be friends with me. Why should I
you giving me a lift doesn't
Totaura
make us
nyadzi.
friends.
Totaura nyadzi.
Where is your guy? Like I've been trying to call
Illa
him.
because
That's the only thing that's common between the two of us.
Yeah.
So we can't like really go around with other, I don't, for me,
Yeah.
like I always like put a disclaimer. For me, I have very strict boundaries, especially when it comes to friends.
Yeah.
My friends are not my men's friends. Don't get too comfortable around my man because he's not your friend. I don't know. I hardly introduce my friends to my boyfriend because at the end of the day, these two people are not friends. The only reason why they know each other probably is me.
Yeah.
So if I'm not there, you have no reason whatsoever to meet and start talking about stuff. What are you even talking about without me?
We're talking about you, how beautiful you
are.
are.
You can't.
How much
it's
I love
impossible.
you.
Come tell that to me. Come to say it to me.
But then you're not listening. You're not understanding
so you think
the magnitude
telling my friend
of
is gonna make it better?
Your friend will come tell you and you believe it.
My friend will never have my man's phone number. No.
Okay.
That's where everything just gets complicated.
I think you are right. There was a situation. I feel like ndutaura masituation akawanda stereki. No, azitaura masita. So the thing is, your friend is not your girl's friend, Anika.
Yeah.
So one time because I usually hang out at one spot in town, Andiga. So I have friends. I have so many friends. So there are some friends who are like bloody rich.
Yeah.
So we chilling. Then he baby face we do. But then we're not close. But then them already baby running.
Okay.
But then with the guys that are my friends. The guy comes. Then the girl was like, the chick was like waiting for the guy. Camera 50 cents a combi.
Okay.
Vesanga if I not send a pay cash, but probably anga sina or.
Yeah.
Then I thought, then this friend of mine rolls around in like one of those new Mazda Toyota Land Cruiser. Yeah. So I think it's. Well, let me give you a lift. But then she first stood out. I need to go do something.
Okay.
Then she was like, consider namare kombi since it's on the way because like en route it was saying.
Okay.
And they went. The chick sees the car. She's impressed. She sees the house. She's impressed.
Yeah. And Appa, you're waiting for a 50 cents.
You're waiting for a 50 cents.
Yeah.
Then things happen. Then Komanakas on that chick is things never didn't happen. But then I have a number Zakoshi. In case she whatever. I mean, not because like I think she cooked up a story. Then come over some number.
Because I might be dating you until I see your circle, and I'm like, yo, I saw my type within that circle.
Yeah.
So it's not really advisable to introduce your. I don't know, maybe for some reasons, I don't know, for the bro code, just to keep your. But I wouldn't want to be friends with my men's friends or whatever, because I feel like it just complicates everything.
So that's when I discovered Guti. I think you are right, Guti. My friend should never kuve musem room one when
exactly.
Mukasangana ichita senge musikaziyani. Because no panozoona kuti
yeah, Guti, I meet your friends, they start calling me my nini, my guru.
Yeah.
Like I don't like that BS because I know just how fake those people are. Yeah. They know your boyfriend has another chick. They call him my nini, whatever, do whatever. Hey, just spare me.
I wouldn't snitch on my homika.
Exactly. So also don't act on my face. Yeah.
Okay, because of time, we have to look at one more item. We'll leave the other one for next time. Gaslighting. It's like gaslighting, like the girls who gaslight everything just to manipulate you.
Yeah.
Could she probably own a situation you acted in some type of way? She will gaslight that thing. Could also feel like guilt, also feel like you're the worst person.
I think I'm the victim because I usually I can manipulate a situation to suit me.
So you're not a victim, you're like an instigator.
Yeah, because I feel like when you talk about that, I just feel like this is something that I would do. Because sometimes, like I said, it's hard sometimes to take accountability of your actions, to be responsible. And sometimes you just want to turn it to look like, it's the next person.
But
And
why would you?
I'm not trying to say it's a good thing to do.
Why would you gaslight though? Like,
it's just how you don't want to be responsible for your actions, and you just want to make it, about someone else. For example, if you caught me cheating,
yeah,
I might want to manipulate the situation and blame it on you, in the sense that I might say, but you were not emotionally available for
Yeah.
me. That is why I ended up looking for another shoulder to lean on. That's just gaslighting.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I had an episode with Aspect a few episodes back. He was talking about how every girl cheats. The only way girl knows on butter is because she wants to show you she's cheating.
Not everyone cheats.
No, don't be.
I wanted
don't be on the
I wanted to comment on that, but I was just like, it's his opinion.
No, guys know that. Every guy
How?
knows.
No.
Tirakumana told Zana to Shamari. Baby rako usata ngori bata ako but muri kuchitiwa.
Not everyone cheats.
Every girl cheats.
You can only cheat on someone you don't love. Okay, and also women are complicated. You guys look at women and think, it's just a girl, whatever. You don't really understand how women think. I can be with you, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I love this man so much.
But I'll still cheat.
I'm invested in the relationship emotionally.
Yeah.
And I'll never cheat in that situation.
Yeah.
But if you used money to get me and you think your money is everything that ever, matters in the relationship,
Yeah.
I would cheat for emotional side of it. Because at the end of the day, I need someone to cater for my emotions. And you are not catering for that side. So I'll look for someone who is willing to be like, hey, baby, like, how are you feeling after a long day at work? I mean, that's also the part of, the relationship that needs to be taken care of. And when now you're busy thinking your big car is everything, your money is everything, the dates, the expensive bags and other stuff. So I'll cheat, because women cheat for different reasons also. Even if you want to come and be like the emotional nigga, like, but you don't want to give me money, I would look for it from someone else.
So have you ever cheated before?
I'm not saying I
In
cheat.
closing. Have you ever cheated before?
I don't know. I'm not perfect, to be honest. I have.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, I did cheat on someone, and I didn't have a reason for that. I started talking to someone else.
You just talking
on the
and
phone,
became like...
And that someone was like very, very far.
Yeah.
And then...
But I like it.
Yeah, you know how it feels like just having someone to keep you busy?
Yeah.
New love. Something new.
Yeah.
New connections are like that. So until my boyfriend was like, there's something going on. He called it cheating, but for me it wasn't. It
was cheating because
Flirting.
cheating can be emotional.
Yeah, I know, I understand that part. Yeah, but so in that case, yes, I have cheated. But
so every girl cheats and he has cheated.
No, not everyone cheats. There are people who are principled who don't cheat.
So in closing, I'll just say a statement and then you think of something to say in closing, right?
Okay.
In closing, Ice Cube once said, I'm not saying every woman is a bitch, but there's a bitch in every woman.
I would say everyone has their whole phase. You have your whole phase. Like if you said you still have your V card.
Yeah.
But you realize the moment you blew it up, it's you're gonna have that phase where you feel like you wanna test.
I doubt.
I'm telling you, people have their war phases.
I've let go of some of the hottest chicks. Let's have sex. No marriage, no sex. Leave me alone. The devil. I don't want the devil to consume me.
It's okay. I don't even believe you right
but
now.
I'm a virgin. I have never had sex.
Same here. Yeah.
Okay. Lawndy. It's fine.
Let's
close this up.
Because I didn't make it exactly.
Good podcast, we out.
I am.
I was looking out for time.
It's okay.